out in the open, and you're tired of hoping.
When we last spoke in January, you released Wherever You Are, and you mentioned a couple more singles on the way. We had Sometimes Come After as well. Now, my question is, was Saving Grace always going to be the third single, or does it just resonate so well with what's happening now and you guys decided to bump it up for all the fans out there?
It was kind of between Saving Grace and one other track. We kind of knew what we wanted in terms of how the singles to kind of fall. Just for us, and how, like, and even like the track listing of the album, the first like 3 songs are the 3 singles, because it's not, I don't know, it's just when we were listening to them, it sounded right that they went like that they kind of started with Wherever You Are, then went to Sometime, and then went to Saving Grace. So they're the first 3 tracks on the album. That's the track listing for the first 3 tracks of the album. So it kind of like it was Saving Grace, and we had another song, and we were kind of chopping and changing between the 2 of them, and how they ended up running was how we actually wanted to end up releasing them. So so Saving Grace was kind of, we always kind of planned it. It was just whether it was going to be the 3rd or the 4th. But before all this kind of happened, we had like locked in the running order of the album. We were like, it's definitely going to be the 3rd single, and then it all kind of just fell into place. All this kind of like madness that's kind of going on, it also then just started to resonate a bit more. And we were like, fuck, this is like, and that was a happy accident. We didn't plan on that. Like, obviously we didn't know that there's going to be a global pandemic coming down the road. It just kind of it just worked out really weird like that. So
Vinny, I want to ask about how a couple of weeks back the band announced on the live stream that the new album title will be One Day at a Time. Back to the question about how the circumstances we're going through right now, how much has it affected the album, the title, the song list? Because you mentioned you've got tons of songs ready for the album. Was any of that affected by what we're going through right now?
No, not really. We've been working on this album since like January last year, and we did, when we were on tour like around Asia last year as well, at the start of last year, we were kind of still writing songs for the album. And before we went on tour, we were in the studio working on songs as well. So when we came home, so we've been working on it for about a year or so. So we finished up the album at the end of February. So it was before all the kind of lockdown stuff started to happen in Ireland, and like and I know it's kind of, some stuff was happening in Italy and stuff like that, but it wasn't really anywhere else. It was on the news a lot, but there was no kind of lockdown kind of situation. So we had like finished the whole thing. It was all done. It was away getting mixed and mastered by the time all this kind of craziness started to happen. So we had already like the release date, the album title, the artwork, we had all that done pretty much. It's just and like the album title was, we had another album title, and it was an alternate name of a song that's on the album, but we felt like that One Day at a Time kind of fit a bit better, especially for the songs that are on the album and what the songs are about. So that's kind of why we went with that album title. But it's kind of, again, it's like, it's not, I know people may think that like, oh, we've only called it because of what's going on, but it wasn't. It was something that we had in the back already.
What I'm wondering is, do you think this situation is going to affect the music industry or the music business in the future in regards to live shows and live streams and stuff like that? Because I don't imagine that we'd be doing big shows or festivals anytime soon, right?
Yeah, no, like you can already kind of see that all around Europe. Pretty much every festival this summer is cancelled. We were kind of in the lucky position that we didn't say that we were going to do any festivals this summer, so we never booked any. So that was kind of I don't know, that was just something that we had planned, because we've done like summer festivals every summer since like 2012 or something like that. So we wanted to kind of take a bit of time off, and we knew that the album was hopefully going to come out in May or June. So we were like, right, we'll just spend time promoting that and not worry about doing festivals. So every festival around Europe and the world pretty much being cancelled doesn't really have an effect on us. in terms of like we've put on shows in Ireland that were meant to happen in May, so they've obviously had to be rescheduled to September. So at the moment they're still going ahead. The Irish government over here our cases are constantly dropping, and they've have like a roadmap thing kind of put out in place that by the middle of August or the end of August, I think everything should be kind of somewhat back to normal. But in terms of like live gigs, it's hard to tell, man. It is really hard to tell. It is the new normal until there's kind of like a vaccine and people get confidence again. You know, it's a really weird time that we're living in, and like it's not just about the music industry. There's like you got to worry about people that have just lost their jobs and stuff like that, like from companies closing down left, right, and center, and then you have to also like absolutely commend everybody that's working on the front line, be it from medical staff to like delivery drivers and stuff like that. All those people are like doing an incredible job. And I'm so selfless. Like my wife is a nurse as well, like, and I worry about her going to work every day. But like nursing is like a kind of calling, like, you know. So she's kind of super happy to just keep doing that, like, you know. So yeah, it's a weird time for the music industry in general. I suppose the only upside is people are still listening to music and still like watching music videos, streaming, like, you know, people still need to consume music, like, you know. So that's kind of we're kind of glad that we've got like a good presence on our social media channels, and then also with Spotify and Apple Music and Amazon Music and stuff, that people are still consuming music. So you've got a captive audience. People can't really do anything like apart from like listen to music. So we're kind of there was talks about trying to push the album back and wait until we kind of know what's going on, but you can't. You have to try and keep going as best you can, like, you know. And for us, the music was already done, it was there. Like, if we can come up with some ingenuitive ways of like shooting a video or stuff like that, then we're going to keep doing that. The live streams, we kind of figured out that we wanted to do that as well, just to kind of for our own sanity, like, you know, just to kind of be able to keep playing music. And they've been working out really well, which has been incredible, and a lot of our fans are really liking them. So yeah, it's going to be a while before it gets back to normal, but hopefully it is sooner rather than later.
Yeah, Vinny, great insights there from a person who is in the music industry, of course, and thank you very much for that. What are you most looking forward to doing when the lockdown and everything blows over? Head out for a pint, hang out with your friends. What's it going to be?
Yeah, kind of all of the above. Like Irish are kind of known for like we like to have a drink, and we like to go out to bars and stuff. So yeah, they've all been closed since like before St. Patrick's Day, which is like our national holiday to go drink pints, and we couldn't, understandably so. So yeah, go for a pint, meet up with friends, even just to have people over to my house, like, you know, because we're not allowed to have anybody over. So even just to have a barbecue at the back and just see friends face to face instead of on a screen would be nice. I think as a band, we're dying to get back out to play some music, like to play live again. It's something that we don't get tired of, and being kind of cooped up at home is kind of like made you really want to get back out and start playing live, and just to get that interaction with fans and see people's kind of emotions and stuff like that, because the live streams are a lot of fun, but we can't see you guys, you know, and we can't, it's very hard to connect with somebody, like, you know, through a lens. So yeah, I suppose, yeah, getting out to play a live gig would be amazing. And yeah, being able to hug like friends and family again, that'd be pretty good. I'm lucky that my wife is here and I can hug my wife and I can hug my dogs. But yeah, the hugs. So.
Yeah, Vinny. Hey, thank you so much. Best of luck. And of course, sending my best wishes, and of course, gratitude to your wife as well for the service she's doing for the world and for the people out there. Last thing for you, any words for your fans over here in Malaysia?
Yeah, just thank you guys so much for all your continued support. You're absolutely incredible. It's an honor we get to come to your country and play music for you guys, and hopefully we will get to do that again very, very soon. Thank you. Stay safe, stay well, and look after one another and be sound.
Fly FM, today's hottest music.